Good evening, all of you. We'll continue with the transistor one. Transistor as an amplifier. So there's one small circuit is there. Then we'll explore the numericals. Okay, now what is basically the transistor is like, as we know, the basic idea of a transistor is it should increase the strength of signal. So what is an amplifier? Amplifier is a device which will increase. So first we'll define what is amplifier. It's a device that increases the amplitude of signal. Okay, there's a basically idea of this one. Then how to construct that amplifier? The same transistor only. Again, what was our requirement for the transistor to be used as an amplifier? What is the basic requirement? It should be used in active region. It should be used in active region. So active region in the sense base emitter junction forward bias and collector base junction should be reverse bias real. So first it should be. Then I'm going to apply the signal which has to be whose strength should be increased real. So what is the circuit? The circuit goes on like this here. Again stick on to the same thing. What earlier we did, no? C characteristic, the same thing. Common emitter amplifier is what our syllabus is there. So there's the emitter, there's a base, and there's a collector. Now, what is the type of transistor I picked up? PNP, or so like a NPN, sorry. NPN transistor. Then the base emitter should be forward bias. To forward bias, what all I needed? So I'm going for constructing of circuit. A battery, RB, then a cell. This, if you want to put, you can hurt it or you can leave it like this. No, doesn't matter. So this particular signal is called as VBB. So what this will do, base emitter junction is forward biased because of this cell and this, and the why this resistor, it will protect the diode from higher voltages. Then after this, we'll go for the next circuit, and this is RC. You can what is the difference? This will become a cell. If a group of cells, this will become a battery. So this will be RC. This is VCC. And what is this? The positive terminal connected to N type. Now you can ask questions like you said collector base junction should be reverse bias. This negative terminal should be connected to base. Here, look at the collector base junction. What we have is, what is the trick here? The trick here is base is P type, collector is N type. No, if I make N type more positive than the P type, it will become reverse bias. Can you remember? If this is say 1 volt and this is say like a 0.3 volt, will it be reverse bias or forward bias? Will be reverse bias, no? The same thing is happening. I'll see that the VCC will be greater than VBB. This will be of order 0 to 2 volt. This will be of order 0 to 20 volt. So definitely, so what will happen to the collector base junction will be reverse bias. So like that, the values of RC, VCC, VBB, RB are so adjusted that first these conditions will be satisfied. Got the idea? So already morning we have discussed, no, the same thing I'm continuing here. Now what is the next? So finally what happened, where it is in active region. I personally, I'll check it. I'll see that when I go and check it, no, like a VC is greater than VB. So collector is more positive than base, means N is more positive than P type, then it will be reverse bias. And I'll go and check it. This junction is forward biased. And what is another thing? It should be operated in active region. Active region in the sense, like a VCC is how much, say I'll take 20 volt. Then what should be the value of VC? It should be of at least half of this one, no? For to be in active region. Like that, what happened? I adjusted and I brought this transistor in active region. Now I am going to apply an AC signal. So what is the AC signal? I'll put a red color here. The signal which has to be amplified. I'll supply it here. This is a V in, and this is VBB. The signal which has to be amplified will get like this. So this is a very small signal. Okay, let's write the uh, expression for all the things that one. So this particular thing will be VC, no? And what about this? This particular voltage drop will be VB. Timing, let me indicate here. So what are the currents? Again, apply KCL. By applying KCL, what we can say? First, get the direction of emitter current, IE, then IB. This is IC. Give polarities like this. This will be positive, negative, because this will be. Again, don't think that, see, a lot of confusion. So this, what current here? Here is IE. Here how much current? IC. Here is IB. IB plus IC will become IE. Try to understand here now. It's like a junction. This is like a junction. IC plus IB is equal to IE. Okay, got this. Don't think more. I'm telling this one, you need not to do any research here because you have to spend a lot of time. Nothing is there. Nothing big. If you spend some 20, 30 hours, no, it'll be easy, but that much of time not available. So your level, the syllabus or the exams, what you are writing, what all I'm telling is more than enough. Okay, don't type in Google. If you want to type in Google, you see that you'll be taken to somewhere far away. You'll not understand anything, that one. Because the only thing is you have to spend lot of time. Slowly you have to analyze one by step. You have to come in order. I am putting it in a very simplified way. Just follow the instructions and do numericals. After doing numericals, everything, then you can explore the subject. But don't go for random. This will really trouble you a lot like anything. So here, what is the KCL says? IC plus IB is equal to IE. Okay, let's write the equation. So what is our, where is the output now? This is what output. This VC is what output here. And what is V in? V in is input. For your understanding purpose, I'll write V naught. Clear? I'm going to correct here because this is the output section. This is the input section. I applied it. This has to be amplified. Okay, let's write KVL. Now, what is the KVL? Plus V in plus V in plus VBB minus IBRB minus IBRF minus VB equal to 0. I am bringing so many things here. From where this RF has come, the forward resistance. So most of you get confused. I'll give one small help for you. From where this equation has come. Just follow it. So there's a base, no? So the base, shall I show it like this? No, this is P type, no? P type. There's a base. There's a N type. This was the circuit. Are you seeing any junction? Yes, base emitter junction. This is, and this junction will offer some resistance, no, to the flow of current. Can you remember? I used to say forward current. And what about IB? The current IB has to flow like this. But here, how much IE will flow? This what will trouble you, sir. What is this? If I draw like this, you will be in a big trouble, sir. Like this is a loop. What current flows? The same current should flow. No. Here. Look at this one. That's why the books they avoided. So the same current IB should flow. No, not like that. Think here. This is what I'm extending. Some current will get added up here. I'm not showing it. The some current will get added up. So therefore, a part of circuit showing like this is against the convention. That's why the books are avoiding it. For your convenience, I'm showing again. Don't IB equal to IE. Don't write it. IE will be greater than IB. What is the basic thing? This happens everywhere in the transfer finish over. There's nothing. Agree this one? Okay, I think what is that RF? RF is this one, or for your convenient, I can also show that RF is something like this. Forward resistance offered by base emitter junction. So what is RF? Will write resistance offered by base emitter junction. This is RF here. So is it justified bringing this one? And what is VB? This potential drop. Barrier potential 0.7 volt. So instead of this PN, better what I should show? Instead of this PN, what we have to show? So the more justified diagram means now you got idea, no? So what most of the teachers we do is like we show students like this. This is RF. This is VBE. Till here, okay. After this, it become emitter current. This will be more troublesome for you. So what is this? Here IB, here, it gets added up. Collector current will get added up. I'll bring it. Okay, fine. No, you are in no problem. IC plus IB has become IE. So some teachers, what happen to help students to large extent, no, so that they're going like this. Huh? I'm also one of that teacher. I wanted to help you, so I put it. At least now, okay, KVL. No. Look at this. What is this AC signal? What we are doing? Go back to AC circuits. So what we are doing in this branch, we are adding AC signal to DC signal. No? So let's go back to our AC circuit. So if you had now this is the DC signal. For this, what happened? I'm adding AC signal. Then the effective signal will become like this. No? Okay, this should be dotted. Huh? For this, we are adding the red color. Oh, this red green color is there. We have chosen. Huh? Green color is the DC signal. For this, I'm adding AC signal. I think this you have worked out in where AC circuit, and this is what VBB. When you add some voltage, so it will fluctuate. So this is what happens to the input voltage at the input circuit. If you remove this V in, okay, constant current will flow. Now, if this overall voltage changes here, so what happened to IB? IB should also change. I'm trying to the main concept I'm trying to bring it here. Without AC signal, what is the current flowing here? Will be a constant. Because of AC signal, what happened? Now it will fluctuate, this current. So therefore, what happened? The current will also vary. So I'm going to differentiate this now. Let me differentiate this delta V in, delta VBB minus delta IB, RB plus RF minus delta VB equal to 0. The barrier potential, so it will be fixed. So what are the quantities which will cancel out? This will be a constant. So this delta V in, this will be 0. Barrier potential 0.7. This applied voltage 2 volt. So they are constant here. This constant terms, I'll just highlight it. So finally, what is delta V in? RB plus RF. Keep it equation. Let's come for similarly. If IB varies, what will happen to IC? IC also should vary. Any reason for that? Because what is beta? How you define beta? The main concept again. There's a main concept. If this delta beta is a constant, if IB base current varies, then what should happen to collector current? Should also vary here. So this collector current also is varying. Okay, let's write loop equation for that. So I think concept is over. Almost 99% got over now. Minus ICRC minus VC equal to 0. This is a constant. Okay, let's differentiate. Delta ICRC minus delta VC equals 0. This will be a constant 0. Better write small letter because after differentiating to indicate it's a changing one equal to 0. So what is VC now? Delta VC is equal to minus of delta ICRC. This is the equation 2. This is what output voltage which we are going to collect. Delta V naught. Delta VC, delta V naught here. How you define voltage gain? Nothing is there. Say like, sir, I don't know working of transistor. Not needed. Sir, I don't know minority carrier, majority carrier. Nothing is needed. Just KCL, KVL here. Okay, now finally, voltage gain will define it. Voltage gain. So this is like a change in output voltage change in input voltage. So this is given by AV is equal to voltage gain AV delta V naught by delta V minus this is delta ICRC plus, so what is this one? Delta V now much? Delta IB RB plus RF. What is delta IC by delta IB? It should be beta. It should be beta minus of, and next all quantities RC by RF plus, okay, this is I think symbol. Okay, this everything what happened, in fact, what happened to RF? RF will be very small. RF will be very small. So the formula will become RC by RB. Or in the books what happened, they called RC as RL. Because next what we do is we'll connect one load resistance here separately. And how this RC, RL and this output resistance, everything will become parallel. And RL will be less than compared to RC. RC will be less than this resistance across the collector emitter. So therefore, some books they directly wrote this as RL, it justified, and RB they're calling as input resistance. This RB as input resistance. So nothing wrong. That's the same formula. This is RL or output resistance. It is called as, and this is RN. I think there's a more generalized formula where RC is equal to RL. So there's a voltage gain. So now I want the power gain. Let me finish off all these gains. Power gain. Power gain, how you define voltage gain into current gain. What is the voltage gain? Minus beta by RL by RB. I made clear RC equal to RL. So into what is voltage gain? Beta, no? This is called like a voltage gain. Beta is called as voltage gain. So current gain, that is symbol. Output current by input current should be current gain, no? So therefore I'll call it as current gain. So therefore this should be equal to how much? Yeah, this is so minus of a very important formula. You see plenty of numericals just revolves around this. So finally what happened? The power is got amplified. What is this circuit? The power of a signal is got increased. So more power, more loudness. Go back to sound signal. Intensity depends on what? Power. Okay, that one. The loudness depends on what? Intensity. Intensity depends on what? Power. So greater the power of signal, greater will be the loudness. Agreed? This one? So now let's come back to this about the what we have in a book. So we have a lot of other things which we have to have a clarity here. What is that like? Sir, how that everything gets amplified? Okay, fine, everything you're explaining, everything fine. Okay, we'll do one thing. There's a how that input, what do you mean by negative sign? What do you mean negative sign? So all that will have a clarity. I'll make it small. Let's go for the graphical way of analyzing. This is mathematically I brought it. Same thing, let me put it in through graphs. The input signal, we took it red color. This input signal, which is very small. So what is the output signal? Output signal, we are going to there's a positive off cycle, no? So break up this O, A, B, C, D. And during positive off cycle, there's a negative off cycle. I'll write it here. And during positive off cycle, what will happen? As OA increases, see already it is biased, no? You are adding some small input voltage. So for OA, I'll just explain for positive off cycle, it will be enough for you. Huh? Positive off cycle. During OA, what will happen? Forward bias, shall I write FB small forward bias across base emitter junction increases. That's all. No? So what is the reason? Already it is forward bias by this battery. When you add some positive voltage for the further, the forward bias will increase. No, go back to the diode. Already forward bias. If you further say already forward bias, you add some 0.01 node, will increase by a small amount. No, so if the forward bias increases, then what should happen to forward current? Should also increase. Forward bias across base emitter junction increases. Then high B increases. IB will increase. Then we know IC is equal to beta equal to IC by IB. So somewhere here you write it. If base current increases, beta constant collector current should also increase. So IC also increases. Next we have equation what? VC equal to VCC minus ICRC. If collector current increases, this if IC increases, VC constant, RC constant. So what should happen to VC? Should decrease, no? Please analyze here. I want to explain this graph. So what should happen to if IC increases, then VC is constant, this RC is constant. So VC must decrease here. Here what will happen? Therefore, VC decreases. Decreases means what will happen? It should come to the, it should take the values like this. Then till here, this is what OA. Next, from A to B, what will happen? Why they are 180 degree out of phase? Because this negative sign is what I should explain. What is negative sign? 180 degree out of phase. If this input signal, the output signal will what will happen? The same input signal, it got amplified, but it got inverted. Why that inversion? Already mathematics has shown. I'm explaining using this graphical thing. What actually happens inside the circuit I'm explaining. Okay, got this one? No? VC decreases. So therefore the curve will take like this. So what is V0 or VC? I think most of your confusion. No problem, no? This is, okay, now come for this one. For AB, what happens? The forward bias start decreasing. IB decreases, IC decreases. If IC decreases, BC increases. So from this value starts increasing. So we'll get B. So for OB, forward bias across JB decreases. IB will decrease. So IC decreases. VC increases, and hence AB, so sorry, this is symbol AB. Okay, fine, yeah. A, no, I wrote, I think A only. This is A, OA. Agree this. So like this, what happen, we can explain the curve. So therefore, the input and output signal what happen, there'll be 180 degree out of phase. So how the block diagram for C amplifier, if this is C amplifier, common emitter amplifier, no? If you give small input signal, what it does, it will produce a large output signal. This will stick onto the basic symbols. Then we'll get a large output signal. And what about that? It will be out of phase. Frequency will remain same. Again, please don't think that frequency also change. What was the earlier time period? The same time period. Time period will not change. Only thing is the amplitude has increased. This is what C amplifier. So what is the output signal will be amplified, but will be 180 degree out of phase compared to input signal. Agreed? No? There's a story finish over now. Anybody asks, okay, power gain, voltage gain, you have a formula. If I plot a graph, okay, let's do one thing. This particular signal is having a frequency, no? F equal to 1 by T. What is this F? Frequency of AC signal. Sir, what is frequency of AC signal? I am speaking. Tell me what are the range of frequencies will come. It will be of audio frequency, 20 Hz to 20 kilohertz. Okay, that one. So now I'm going to vary the frequency. Let's see that how this amplifier response will come. When I check this, the graph is of this kind. This is the frequency. This is a voltage gain. I'm plotting voltage gain versus frequency. What do we have here? Voltage gain. Look at now. So what are these? These are lower frequencies. So now we'll categorize ourselves like this. These are the lower frequencies. These are higher frequencies. And these are middle range frequencies. So where the gain is maximum, for middle range frequencies, gain is maximum. Okay, now we have to give reason this also. And these are low range frequencies. These are high range. Now come out of that audio, something I gave example. Like this, it's not that only amplifier, even what happened in mobile, the signal will be very weak. The mobile output should amplify and give it to the mobile circuit inside. So it's not that Only audio amplifiers will be there. Radio frequency amplifier, micro frequency amplifier, different for signals frequency will be there. Now this circuit, when I plot for different frequency, I do get. Now why the gain is very less for low range? Okay, again you go back to RLC circuit. What we think? What we think here? What do we think? This one, there's no capacitor. In fact, a capacitor there I didn't introduce, to confuse you. What happened? I didn't introduce here. There'll be a capacitor be there. So here, so from where that capacitor will come, you are going to introduce one capacitor. Along with that, what happened? This junction, collector base emitter junction, will act like a capacitor. It will be like a dielectric slab, collector base and dielectric slab. Then this connecting wire will have capacitance, will have inductance. So here, what actually you'll get it along with the resistor cell, this one, you'll also get what? One inductor, capacitor, everything you have to bring. So, but I am not saying capacitor inductor. Any current carrying structure will have inductance. Any what will happen? Any current carrying wire will have capacitance. So capacitance, inductance, and moreover the AC signal. So what do we expect? Reactance will come. So now at low frequencies, which reactance will dominate? Capacitive reactance. Okay, because of capacitive reactance, this is very less. Okay, got this one. Everything else, so many things are there. This one again next year. At this frequency, what happened? At particular frequency, what happened? The capacitive and inductive reactance will almost nullify. We are having gain more. Why again reactance is, why gain is less? Here what happened? The inductive reactance will dominate here. Here what happened? The reactance of circuit will be minimum. That's why the gain is more. So therefore, if I'm using amplifier, I should operate in this region. I should not operate here because I'll get a gain less. So the amplifier what I used to use in class, no, it will be designed to operate here. But sir, means now you can question, so it will amplify all signals. Okay, no, I'll design the circuit so that it should operate here. I think for your level, I think if you can just remember how the gain varies with frequency. First increases, becomes maximum, almost remains constant, then decreases. For middle range frequency, reactance is minimum. Here, capacitive reactance, inductive reactance, here reactance is almost negligible. Got this idea? Okay, this is about the amplifier. Next, what will happen? Sometimes one single stage amplifier will not be sufficient. I'll go for multi-stage. This is called like a cascaded amplifier or multi-stage. Multi-stage, the word itself is safe. So one amplifier, I'll take it this. Okay, this is having a gain of say 20. Okay, let's do one thing. This will make it 15. The gain of this be 20. I given an input signal of say 10 millivolt. So what will be the output here? 1. What will be the final output? 2. So first the signal comes, will get inverted, no? It's a C amplifier. This is V1. Now this will get further amplified. So what is A1? A1 is equal to V1 by Vin. So what is V1? A1, 15 into 10, 10 to the power of minus 3. 150 millivolt. Now this input will become this output of first stage amplifier will become input for the second stage amplifier. So therefore, what is A2? A2 we write V2 by V1. This will become input cascaded. What all signal produced by this, the output of this will become input. I'll feed it here. I'll connect like one by one. So usually what happens, we use multi-stage amplifier. More than at least one will never use any application. 2 stages or 3 stages will be used here and they'll be carefully designed. Okay, now of course the negative sign should be there. Okay, let me bring that negative sign. Now this negative sign should be there. There's a basic definition, no? Now what is A2? 20. V2 we don't know. What is V1? Minus 150 into 10 to the power of minus 3. I think I'm getting 3 volt. See, like 10 millivolt. You have increased the strength to what? 3 volt. how many times you have increased. From 0.01, you have made it to +3. I think it's a very huge change, no? You can now, if this signal, if it is given to loudspeaker, you can hear clearly. Now, in a class, no, what I speak will be of this. Hardly, I think, without mic, first and second bench at the most, or third bench. Now, with amplifier, adjacent class also can hear me. Who has increased the loudness? The amplifier here. How amplifier will not do anything to sound signal. The mic will convert the sound to AC signal. They'll be given to amplifier. The amplifier will increase the amplitude of the signal. High end will be given to loudspeaker. Higher strength signal given to loudspeaker, more loudness. Finish all. Like this, these are called like loudspeakers. At least now, okay. Loudspeaker means. Now, from where this energy has come? Anybody? From where this energy has come? Let's go back. From where this amplifier energy circuit will come? The DC source, no? So what amplifier is basically, it will convert DC signal to AC signal. The DC energy is converted into AC energy. That's what the amplifier is doing here. Okay, now, sir, one more thing. If you look at the incentive book, no, one more year has gone. If I plot this V out versus V in graph, there's one more very good graph is there. The graph takes shape like this. Output voltage, and what is this? This is input voltage. When I plot the output voltage versus input voltage, I'm getting a graph of this kind. What do you mean by this? Okay, then what is the voltage gain ratio of that? So where the gain will be maximum? Where I plot this one. So here, this what I'm getting cut. So you look at the slope here. The slope is maximum here, no? I think some again the curve. So the slope is maximum in this region. The slope is maximum here. What about slope here less? Again, the slope is less here. So therefore, what is this? This region will become the active region. So how do you can say it's a active, or how do you can say it's a active or cutoff? Okay, come back. What is V naught? V naught is nothing but VC, you know, try to correlate things. Am I right? Say what all we put everything, there's a reason. Okay, now go back morning class. If VC is more, then what it is? It is said to be cut off, no? So how can you correlate so many things here? So again, recollect the graph, what we have. The graph was like this, no? Tell me like a, what I shown this. This is what cut off, no? I don't know, some colors I gave. This what cut off. Then I shown this is some sort of like a. Don't draw a rectangle. Some inclination should be there. I think this what saturation. No. And this is what the active. Now shall we? What is VC? Okay, look at this one. If VC is more, it should be cut off, no? If VC is more, it should be cut off. I think some slope should come. Yeah, let's take this one. No, if VC is more, it should be cut off. This is called a cut off. Okay, now you say that, okay, there's a cut off region. Then, where if VC is less, there's a saturation region. So therefore, what is this particular point? This will correspond for cutoff. This particular point correspond for saturation, and this particular point cutoff for active. Now look at the slope. Where slope is maximum, check it. Slope is maximum here, no? and it's negative. That's why, okay, we got it. You can do like this also when you plot VO versus VIN. So what is VIN? For different voltages, as you keep on increasing. Again, don't make this 5 volt, but not possible. We don't get that much of input voltage. When you increase input voltage, say like a 1 millivolt, 2 millivolt, 3 millivolt, 5 millivolt, no? Then corresponding plot the output voltage. The curve will be like this. Then here the gain is maximum. So where the gain is maximum at point 2, gain is maximum. So therefore, I'm going to use at this particular point, and it is an active region. So how you can see it's active region? We know in active region what is VC should be off of the maximum value permitted VCC. Okay, go this. Look at this point. It is off of, no. This is the maximum permitted value of VC will be off of it. So therefore, this is the active region. They may ask you a graph of this kind. It's not an NCERT book, but some related CBSE books he has discussed here, or you refer any uh, semiconductor devices, no? Like we discussed this one, this most important graph. Why do that native sign? Why we preferred active region? Because here the gain is small. That's why the active region I picked up. Now, what is the basic condition? In active region only, the gain is maximum. Agree this? I had to justify, no. See, like a active region is something very important. In active region only, the gain is maximum. So therefore, to have that active region, what I should do for transistor? The collector base junction should be reverse biased and base emitter junction should be forward biased. There's the one thing. Okay, fine. Then to have the more gain, the gain should be more, no? So tell me what I should do. Beta should be more. For beta to be more, IB should be less. For IB to be less, what happened? The base should be lightly doped and collector should be more like a moderately doped, means the base emitter junction or the collector base junction should penetrate more into the base, no? Because the base will become thin, then IB will become less, beta will be more. So therefore, the width of collector base junction should be more than the width of base emitter junction. Then only the beta will be more. The instead of width, they called area. I think somebody today like just sent me that one. The width, why the collector base junction will have more width when it's reverse bias means because the base is more lightly doped. So therefore, as the base emitter junction is forward bias, collector base junction is reverse bias. So the reverse bias will have more width, no? Depletion layer will be more. And base emitter is forward bias, the depletion will be thin. So therefore, the area of the depletion layer of the collector base junction should be more than that of the base emitter junction. It should not call area width. There's a language problem. Please do correct. So if width of depletion layer of collector base junction is more means IB will be less, beta will be more, then gain will be more. So for the amplifier, what happened? What are the preferences I should make it? The base should be lightly doped, emitter should be heavily doped, and collector should be moderate doped. With this, what we get? We get higher beta. Higher beta, more gain. And the what should be a transistor? Transistor should be operated in where? In active region. So these are all things what we have here. Okay, this I'll show one problem, then I'll stop the class. One problem will take it so that you will understand. This is a different circuit. Now different types of circuit will come, not amplifier. Just only I'm going to ask you whether what is the state of the transistor. Now forget everything. You don't need to bother anything about the transistor. Just KCL, KVL. There's a base. Let me show ammeter here. Oh, there's an NPN transistor. So this RB, 1 kilo ohm. VC equal to 5 volt. 500 kilo ohm. Okay, I'm asking you to find out the beta of a transistor. The beta of a transistor. Then what is the state of transistor? Is it in active region or not? What about the bias across the junctions, collector base and emitter base? Let's start equation, sir. Like there's a new circuit. Let it be that one, no problem. So there's a base emitter junction PN and collector base junction. This is there. So first, what are the currents that will flow? Here, collector current plus minus. Here, this is IB. VB value, if they give, take it, or else you can make it 0. Let me give value VB. Then I'll make it 5.5. Calculations will be easier. What is the question? What is the question? Find the current, find the base current, collector current, find the beta of a transistor, and check whether the transistor is in active region or not. That we are going to check it. Let's proceed like this here. This is the value of VC. I'll keep one circuit so that first problem, no, you'll get confused. In other circuit, I'll show all the things, changes. Problems are very easy. Don't bother anything. Sir, I don't know transistor working. No need. I have to show it here, no? Plus minus. This is IB. This IB. Don't write IB here. It will become IE, no? IC plus IB will become IE. But sir, here what you're going to write? IE only. So don't get confused. Only it should be IC. No, here what is the current? IE. If you're getting confusion, write I1, I2, I3. Then collector current by base current should be beta. So for that purpose, I'm giving symbols. I see that one. These are the polarities are there. Okay, what is VB? VB is here. So this should be positive, negative. Okay, right loop equation. Right loop equation plus VCC minus ICRC minus VCE equal to 0. So this is plus minus. Okay, so sorry, beta of a transistor. Some I should give beta of a transistor. Okay, what is the question like? VC, then IC, IB, all we have to find out. Beta of transistor, let me give it. That will become very lengthy. Let's get in this one. We don't know IC and VC, no? Will I agree? Okay, let me write another loop equation. Plus VCC minus IBRB minus VBE equal to 0. There's a loop. This one here. Plus VCC minus IBRB minus VB equal to 0. No. What all we know? We know VCC 5.5. You can see, no? IB, RB is how much? 500 into 10 to the power of 3. This is 0.5. So what is value of IB? I think it will be 10 microampere. IB. So now we know beta. So can we calculate IC? So from the formula, beta into IB. Beta is 60 into 10 into 10 to the power of minus 6 or micro, I'll write it, microampere. This will be 600 microampere, or shall we put 0.6 milliampere? I got IC value. That IC value I'll substitute here. Let me come from left to right. Now, what is VCC? This is 5.5. IC value 0.6 into 10 to power of minus 3. RC is 1 kilo ohm, 1 into 10 to power of 3. I think all of you are able to see this. 1K. So this will be VC is how much? 4.9 volt. Okay, this about. What about transistor active, cutoff, saturation? How to decide that? Base emitter junction, forward bias. Okay, collector base junction, we'll check it. How to get VCB? No book in the world will help you. Your own observation skills. That's all. Nothing else there. Only observation skills. Sir, what to observe here? Circuit. You know KCL. You know KVL. Take help of that. Shall we write one more like this? VCB. See, you can connect one voltmeter here, no? And it will read the drop. And that VCB is what I'm going to measure. So let me write loop equation. Like I know IC and IB. I'll write loop equation. I'll get VCB. I'll check VCB. This should be reverse biased. So collector is N type. So if VCB is greater than 0, it will be reverse biased. VCB less than 0, it will be forward biased, and the transistor is not in what? Active region. Collector base junction is reverse biased. Like that, I'm going to check transistor is in cutoff or saturation or active. Let's go for calculation of VCB. Or sorry, any other method. Any other method? VCB plus VB what? Should be equal to VC, no? Simplest thing. What is this drop is equal to? Sum of these two drops. VCB plus VB is what VC. Check it, you'll get same answer. Okay, let me show the loop equation. So I'll proceed like this. Minus ICRC minus VCB plus IB RB 0. Anybody value? Please give me the value. So from where this, it has come from this loop. It has come like this. Got it? Anybody value VCB? Anybody value, please just tablet and give it, no? ICRC 0.6 volt, no? Value of VCB. Anybody please respond.
Sir, 0.4.
Plus or minus?
Plus, sir.
Plus only, yeah. Yeah. So what shall we say? Yes, collector base junction is reverse bias. So what is the conclusion I can make? Therefore, looking at data, collector base junction is reverse bias. Base emitter junction is forward bias. Okay, again, if you want to plot that VC versus ICRC formula, so this particular graph you plot it, locate the thing, that one. Then you can check it. I think for at our level, just we'll leave it. So what is the collector base junction? Reverse bias or forward bias? It's a reverse bias. Yes, to some extent, okay. I can use this now, the given values. I can use this as an amplifier. So like this, we can check the junctions. Is it what? Like forward bias, reverse bias, this is the thing. Or is it also, this is correct? Like if, I think I'll write it here. VC equal to, shall we write in this way also? Will it be correct? Check it. Yes, it will come, no? VCB 4 we are getting 4 volt. How to justify this particular thing? You can see what the primary reason for this is like collector junction. Okay, I think let me check the calculation. Voice okay? Are you? Can you hear me now?
So, little better, sir.
Better. Now okay?
Yes, sir, it's fine.
It's fine. Yeah. So somebody look at the calculation. The 0.4 or what it is. Please tell me the answer. 4.4 or 4? 0.4.
4.4, sir.
4. Okay, that one. Okay, I think these are the alternatives what we have now. Okay, it's very much Bayes junction reverse bias or not. So I think nothing to do with. I think now are you able to get this KVL idea of KVL? So I think this
So, voice is breaking again, sir.
equation.
Yes, sir.
Sir, unable to hear you, sir.
Let me. I'm trying for other connection. We'll see. Can you hear me now clearly?
Yes, sir.
Different. Okay, we'll wind up this. Fine, all of you. This. Look at this part. Okay, like this, you have plenty of numericals. Just you have to write KVL and you have to manage. Okay, tomorrow's class will explore a few more numericals. I think we have plenty of topics to cover. Okay, we'll see that one. First, I'll cover the topics. Then in the end, we'll go for numerical section. There's one numerical I shown. So is it justify this answer? Base and is forward bias. Okay, collector Bayes junction reverse bias. If I got negative VCB, if I end up with negative, then what does it mean? Collector Bayes junction is forward biased. If collector is more positive than base, because collector is N type, base is P type. So if collector is more positive than base, then become reverse biased. No? So this is what I concluded here. I think I took more than 1 hour. We'll wind up the class. Now, any doubts if you want, you can clarify. Numericals, you don't bother. Only the theoretical ideas are very important. So just like information, you have to process it. Numericals, you have to apply KCL, KVL. They're the methodology of working at this level for you. Fine. Shall I stop the class? Any doubts you can clarify. I'll stop the recording. Okay, thank you all of you.